Do you think that the most appropriate way to have addressed this was at that meeting in Christchurch? Your own statements at that meeting.
Listen, if that's the best way.
Yes, if that's the best way, could this not have been raised? All of these impassioned statements you made, you could not have made these to the president of the DLP in private rather than continuing to play out this drama in the public domain?
You know, I had in my speech a statement which I didn't get to, and I want to repeat it in your ears and in the ears of the listeners. That which is planted in the darkness is not reaped in the darkness. It is reaped in light. And I don't understand, and neither do I care for all of this thing of hiding this and hiding that and doing that.
But not everything is necessarily for the public domain. So that doesn't mean it's hidden. It means that it's dealt with in a way that does not cause embarrassment to other members of the party, that doesn't seem like publicly berating them. I just wonder if doing it in this way is helpful in moving towards unity.
I honestly don't think that I berated anybody. I thought I offered. Well, it sounds so to you, and you would have to
ask questions like who is advising the person. I think that if you have the ear of the president, you can ask the president. You can ask the president, Ronnie, who is advising you, and why are they advising you in this way? And stop doing this ignorance. These are things that you can say to your comrades, as you are comrades, outside of these meetings that the press is going to carry and make the DLP look like a Kadooment ban, a 4-day morning ban, not even Kadooment.
Well, I've never been to 4-day morning, so I don't know how that.
You're in it now.
I'm not in a 4-day morning or Kadooment ban. I'm making a statement. It might have come over to you, as you said, and you snickered, as being strong in tone. I have 2 or 3 different tones that I use on 2 or 3 different occasions. Right now I'm using a more dulcet tone here on the radio.
And I appreciate that.
Thank you. In the hubris of the moment, in the whole dynamics of the moment, you ask a question. Who could be advising you? Of course, not in the tone that I'm using now. Because somebody is advising you, and I said wrong. This is the process. To the best of my knowledge, one has to go back to how the whole things all these things play out. There might be a lot more in the mortar than you see on the pestle. But that as it may. I'm not even getting into that kind of thing. Those who are caught up in what you call the factions. I don't know of any factions. I could tell you now, and the people of Barbados, that I supported Dr. Ronnie Yearwood the first time he came forward to be the president of the Democratic Labour Party. In fact, Mr. Yearwood would tell you that we met for some time because he wanted an idea of the history and the dynamics of the institution. And I journeyed from where I live in Barbados to the north of this country and sat with Dr. Yearwood, and we went through 2.5 to 3 hours of discussion, debate. And at that time, I said to Dr. Yearwood, he had expressed an interest in contesting the office of president of the party. He informed me that another young member of the party was joined maybe 2 or 3 years before him, was also interested in contesting the presidency of the party. I said to him, Dr. Yearwood, if you're interested in contesting the presidency of the party, there are 3 things which you have to do. One, you have to seek to unify the party, because even then, there were emergence of some difficulties in the party. And that has to go back to 22, May or so of 2022. I said further, you have to be able to have the time to dedicate to the development of further redevelopment of the party. And thirdly, you have to be able to encourage resources to come to the party. If you can't do those 3 things, that's from my perspective, please do not run.
But you said all of this to him, this wise counsel you gave him in private. So when it is time to give other wise counsel, could this not have been done in private, especially with this kind of press that the DLP is getting. Mm-hmm.
You have to be open to wise counsel once again, and you have to be able to have there are people who surround you in everything in life. I'm not coming to this process as a virgin, VIRGIN. It's because I have been involved in all kinds of organizations in Barbados in the few years that I've had on this earth. Well, a little more than few, but on this earth, I face votes of no confidence in my time in organizations in this country. And these are things that happen in a dynamic reality. You know, the Democratic Party has a very open process. Historically, if you go back out of the 2001 to the 2005 period, I remember a gentleman who used to be a host like you are on the call-in program was ridiculed on the call-in program by a member of the party. And this person who was on the program then was a long-standing member of the party. There are people who speak because they believe in the idea, the total ideas of democracy. And therefore, people want you to sanitize the process.
Well, I don't know the sanitization of the process. I think people want you to come across as a credible political party. That's what people want.
Their voices can be heard, and I'm sure their voices are heard. The Democratic Party can't be questioned as being a credible political party.
But the Democratic Labour Party is being questioned, though.
It's too long.
It is being questioned. There are things, sir, if I may, I've let you speak for quite a while, and I just want to make a very brief interjection. There are things that have existed for a long time that cease to exist. And I think the DLP has to come to the point where it looks itself in the mirror and realizes that it may find itself in danger of extinction if it cannot win a seat in the next election. And if these kinds of shenanigans will jeopardize its ability to win the seat in the next election, they need to put on their big girl underwear and do what they need to do to sort out these matters behind the scenes and not bring further press to the party in a way that causes people to say, these ain't serious, these can't be serious.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.